Hello Leo, welcome to your weekly reading with me, Cindy. So this week, Leo, we are doing our ancestral readings. If you've been peeking through the channel at all, if you're new, welcome. We are actually going to try, I say we because you're a participant in this with me, going to try to connect to some sort of ancestral energy that is a guide for you. Now, I would say view this like going to a group reading with a medium. There will be points in the reading where they may resonate with you, it may not. But it's still interesting to see what the messages are. I have to say this week has been a real surprise for me. The information that has been coming through and the stories are fascinating because I am going to use, I'm going to start with a reduced deck. So it's my spellcaster's deck, and I just have the major arcana and the court cards in here to try to identify a bit of the personality of this person. And then I'm going to use my energy oracle deck to kind of get an important element of their life. And there's two things that happen when I do that. One is that if it's resonating for you, it kind of helps you identify this person a little more accurately. And two, I've been noticing that whatever comes up as the element in their life that's being discussed has something to do with why they're a guide for you, which actually makes a lot of sense, right? So, and then I will use another tarot deck to get the full message. There is an extended at the end of this reading, and in the extended, I'm going to go into my Journey of Love oracle deck. Sorry, you know when you wear black and you have white hair? I'm going to go into my Journey of Love oracle deck, and I'm going to get a word of encouragement to you from this guide, from this ancestor. And then we're going to find out what this ancestor is trying to guide you towards. Why? What is the lesson in this? And the next steps for you. So right now, let's get started, Leo. Again, I do encourage everyone to come to these readings with an open mind. And I have noticed in some of the comments, some people have done a really great job saying, no, it's not resonating with me, but wow, that was pretty cool, or I learned a lot about this. And that's basically what these readings are about. Just trying to learn something about ourselves, right? See if we can, don't force it into your life. Apply it to how it feels comfortable and to help you move forward. That's really the purpose of all of this. So who is this? Who is this ancestor coming towards Leo? Who is this ancestor coming towards Leo? Coming for Leo. Why did I say that? Coming towards Leo. That's interesting. Right. This is the first time the deck has been quiet. Wow. Somebody with a lot. There's been so much. It's kind of nice. There's been a lot of love coming through in these readings so far this week. We have the Queen of Cups and the Knight of Cups here. So this is someone that could be a water sign, who could have been a water sign. This is someone too who I'm really getting the message. I feel like they enjoyed a little drink once in a while. Both these people holding cups, it just remind me of like goblets that you would have wine or something in. And before I even said that, I was getting the feeling that this person may have enjoyed fishing. Something about fishing, or at least spending time around or along a body of water that may have been known to others as a good fishing spot. This is someone who, not necessarily their sun sign, could have been their moon or rising, and you may not even know what that was for this person. I'm getting like heavy Pisces and Cancer, possibly Scorpio, but heavy Pisces and Cancer energy from this ancestor. Now, what's really I'm finding interesting is at the bottom is the Justice card. So this person really, and it's come out a lot this week, but this person really kind of functions from their heart chakra. This might be a woman coming through. It's hard to tell with the Knight. Somebody got a little bit touchy with me because I didn't mention binary, but I'm going to be honest. I don't think binary is a term that was used or utilized much like in the past. So these are people from the past. I mean, it could be someone who did identify that way, but I don't think it would be a way to really recognize them, because that would not have been out in the open. I'm going to pull cards from the Energy Oracle deck. I am getting a stronger, like, female energy from this. Definitely, like, very motherly. This person was a parent. I feel also a spouse. Now, this could be, when I say ancestral energy, it could be someone that you never met. It could be somebody who passed away before you were born, but they're still part of your soul connection, your soul tribe. How would Leo know this person? How is this person? Why? Kind of really why is this person coming forward at this time to speak to Leo? That's really interesting. Broken, wow. There's a lot of stuff in the upright underneath here. Broken heart is the underlying. Attachment. Storm warning. Fourth chakra, heart chakra. Door to personal healing and happiness. And then crown chakra. This person is like, why are they kind of a guide in your life? Would really be like, why are they here? What is going on? What this? And then we're going to get into the message for this person. This person, this spirit, soul, ancestor, works in alignment with you to try to help you gain victory in things that, in personal things, personal issues, relationships that you have had to walk away from. They sort of, in a way, guide you toward a lot of possibilities. I'll show you why I'm getting that. First, we have the Victory card. Then we have Walking Away. Then we have Adjacent Possibilities. And then we have Woman Holding a Coin. So the woman holding the coin is very much like the Queen of Pentacles, which is very, very grounded, very prosperous. It's funny though, I'm getting the message here. Now for this person, there's a lot of female energy in here. Like it's the only thing that is being shown here is female energy, is yin energy, and this is the one unknown. Really definitely feels like this is a female guide coming through, one that would have been depicted as female, and even just in terms of an energy signature, I would describe this soul as yin, very yin energy. Even the Justice card is a feminine. There's quite a bit of feminine energy here. This would have been a very pretty person, very long. This individual, I'm getting like, but look at these cards. This is very, I'm sort of getting an Eastern, like, I want to say European, like either like Italian, like even someone who would have been olive skinned, or they tanned really, really well. Like it didn't take much and this person got quite a significant tan. And they all have this long black hair. Like to the point, I mean, it's hard not to notice it. That they all have this long black hair. Could also be like Asian. I'm really getting like this, an Asian energy, or indigenous, like North America. I'm curious about the adjacent possibilities because I feel like they lead you, but not to where you're meant to go. They kind of lead you to the fork in the road is what I'm feeling here. That this guide leads you to the fork in the road. after you've needed to walk away from things. Like, victory is the intent here. I really get that. Like, victory is the intent for you with this guide. And pretty much that would be. Although there are some guides that will basically just be about lessons. And they may teach you about really hard lessons in life. I think some of that comes through with the adjacent possibilities, because these choices are going to be up to you. Trying to, like, if you've made the choice to walk away from things in your life, connections, jobs, it's sort of like the whole gamut of what would exist in your life that you could possibly walk away from, that's no longer serving you. It's kind of run its course and it's time to move somewhere else. This ancestor guide leads you to all the possibilities. It's up to you to make the choices here. It really is up to you to make the choices. I do feel that this person in their lifetime, they went through quite a bit of heartbreak. And something happened. Something happened to open this person's heart chakra again. And it put them on like this path. And I do feel like though, this is kind of why they're here for you. It is this, once the heart chakra was open, it went right into this healing and happiness. And it connected. It's almost like I get like this immediate connection to the spirit realm. To a connection deeper than thyself, deeper than yourself, right? That's what this is. It's leading you to connections deeper than just yourself. I'm going to pull one card before I pull out the tarot to get like the full-on message from this person. I'm going to clarify your adjacent possibilities. See if we can get any hints. I always feel like when I look at this card, I feel like there's the odd pitfall. Because this one, like if you don't watch your step, you could fall down through that one. It's definitely a choice. But maybe if you're not guiding yourself, if you're not actively making choices and being aware of how you're making your choices and how you're moving yourself forward, you could miss that and fall through to something. For the most part, all these other ones are good. But I feel like really, what's really meant for you is often like what's right there. What's right there, but you might not be noticing it because there's all these other possibilities. But those are there for a reason. Either A, to help you learn more about yourself, to help you make these choices and decisions in terms of what direction you want to take your soul journey. You don't say soul journey, it is your life. Like, what do you want to experience in this lifetime? How are you going to guide yourself through that experience? Once, you know, we talk about like the veil, you don't, I kind of think that the veil is more like the ego in the mind. It's very three-dimensional that now acts as almost like a muffler to the communication that you get from your soul. You got like the victory card in this too. Look at this, see? The adjacent possibilities, the Three of Swords, the Seven of Wands, and victory. What are you going to choose here? How are you going to choose it? How are you going to guide yourself through these? This spirit guide, this ancestral guide, leads you to the possibilities. Some of them may lead to heartbreak. You may be coming out of heartbreak. You may be in defensive energy. But the real goal here is for you to find success. And I think that you do. It just depends on how direct you take your route. And this is many different things, like in your lifetime going forward. Woman holding the coin. Wow, what comes in after that? Woman holding the coin is really powerful. You have the World card. So talking about like endings, things that you've walked away, very significant things. So I'm kind of getting the message that this isn't like tiny stuff. This isn't, you know, I'm not going to go to that restaurant anymore. No. Or I think I'm going to change landscapers because I don't like the way that guy's cutting the grass. This is like more like big stuff that really has some sort of a major impact in your life, like either a career change, could be a partnership change, like with a spouse or a business. You could decide I want to move across the world. Like, these are really big changes. Something ends, like what your life was in the past ends in a new beginning, and you have the Ace of Pentacles like right after it, which is genius. And then you have the Three of Pentacles that comes in next. So it's creating, it's having the strength really, like, to get to this solid foundation, to get to really a sense of stability and security in your world, so that you can work on other things. I'm hearing that makes a lot of sense. I mean, if somebody is always struggling to you know, just pay the bills, just stay above the surface of the water, if you're struggling just to stay above the surface of the water, it doesn't really give you much opportunity to contemplate the greater aspects of life. So getting yourself into this comfort zone, really, into more of a comfort zone through this process, through walking away from what's not serving you, because often you may be releasing yourself from energies that are preventing you from hitting this comfort zone. You know, if they're low vibrational, they're not serving you and the others anymore, you're not going to be able to manifest. And as soon as you do that, then manifestation comes in. This is a brand new beginning. And I really feel like you create it with your own energy here. But now the key is the Three of Pentacles. Like, how are you going to share that energy? How are you going to share that energy with the community around you that you have a direct influence upon, and that also has a direct influence upon you? So let's do the message. Pussycats. This is one of those weeks where I don't feel like I have a lot of time to like think about your nicknames, and it's a lot of work doing them like this. It's a lot of work. I'm getting the image in my mind of really like a beautiful exotic person, like with this skin color, like this almost this deeply tanned, and this like glistening black hair that almost radiates like blue, shimmers, but blue eyes, like brilliant blue eyes. Brilliant blue eyes. Again, like you may not, if you have any pictures of people from a long time ago, they might be black and white, and you may not be able to tell what color their eyes are, unless this is someone that you know, that you did know, and has passed away in your lifetime. Again, identify this person as someone who has walked away from major things within their life and found new changes. Actually created their own changes. The King of Wands, the Lovers, the Chariot, and the Two of Wands. I love it when you show up to your own reading. And you do it in such a way like it's so obvious, right? There's the pussycat. This is really about personal empowerment. So many of these are. I feel like I need a new gig. Like, I feel like I've probably done enough of that. Like, I need to go on a new gig here. It's really about personal empowerment. And in a sense, it's finding that personal empowerment. And how do you get it to work in a very cohesive way with the world that we're in? It's personal empowerment. Choices for you. There's really, I mean, with the Queen of Cups and the Knight of Cups and the Broken Heart and the Fourth Chakra, it's really a story here about things that move you on a deep way. Choices that you make that drive your happiness. Choices that you make that really drive your happiness, that come from here, that come from the heart. Choices that you make that come from the heart here. See what I see here too, because I see the Lovers and then I see the Chariot going in a different direction. So obviously connections that work for when they're meant to work, and then recognizing when this connection does not work anymore, because after the Chariot comes the Two of Wands. And this is getting ready to go out and make choices again. This guide is really all about, for you, I mean, and it's not going to be the only guide that you have, but this is a significant guide when you are at any point in your life, any sort of crossroads where you need to make a choice about what is the best thing to do for you in terms of your mental health, fulfillment, just a deeper fulfillment. It's one thing to make sacrifice, and that is obviously very important to do that for those around us when it is needed. But this sacrifice also needs to come from a point within you that that feels whole, that feels right. I mean, it's just the best way to describe it. If it feels like you're doing some sort of sacrifice all the time, and it's either just not appreciated, or it's not really the form that feels comfortable for you. It's not, you're not applying it in a situation or some sort of form that is comfortable to you. It's not really meant. It's not really, it's almost like your deeper self. That's where your soul is trying to get past, you know, all the concepts and dogma and everything that's developed in your mind about where you are and who you are and what you're doing, to move beyond that. Let's clarify each one of these. I do want to say too, though, I mean, whoever this guide is, there's a lot of love. I do want to say that this is a deep soulmate connection with this person, this soul. That's interesting, I did that like that. I put one of the cards down in reverse, so I'll keep it that way. King of Wands. We have Temperance, the Star, and the Queen of Pentacles again. I like it when we start getting these repeats. This is something that may take time. With Temperance, you may not always, it also does show a sense of maturity and not just making rash decisions or choices. If you are involved in something that at some point in your life, it was a really good choice. This was a really good fit. This really made sense for me. And then as time goes on, that it's not fitting so well. It's kind of like trying to squeeze your foot into a shoe that's too tight. It's just not, you can still kind of walk around in it, but it's causing a lot of discomfort, a lot of pain. Once you finally get it off your foot, it's like, oh my God, it feels so much better. Like when you pull yourself away from that energy. And so with Temperance, I'm feeling like that. Like sometimes it takes a while for you to recognize, is this something that I really want to do? Do I want to walk away from this situation or this group of people or this person? And then with the Star, I feel like once you do that, you start to see a little more clearly. You remove that negative energy from yourself, and then you start to see a little more clearly the things that you really do want for you without too many outside influences. And that is part of the journey to bring you to that balance. To end, right, because the Queen of Pentacles was the World card, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Three of Pentacles, is to end something major, significant, and kind of start again, but on a new path. And when you start that new path, one of the earliest realizations along that path is how you share your energy and who you share it with, and what you're going to create doing that. Because the Three of Pentacles is very creative energy. But it's not just with your own energy, because it is really too with Temperance. It's starting to recognize that when you mix two energies together, you mix two people together, you create something completely new that hasn't been there before. It's like putting ingredients in a pot. Each one of those ingredients is a whole, but then when you put them together, it makes something new. So do you want to dump garlic into the ice cream? Or do you want to maybe add a little bit of chocolate syrup or honey with the ice cream, right? If that makes a big difference. Both the garlic and the ice cream are really good, but I don't know. They may not be too good together. So the Lovers, these are the choices, and these are soulmate choices. Oh, wow. I didn't even look at these. So you have the Five of Swords, the Death card, and the Two of Cups. Wow, that's really significant. Very significant. Walking away, completely ending things again, completely ending things. There's a big walking away in this reading for you. Completely ending things that have not served you. They're just no longer serving you. The rebirth is the Two of Cups, so that seems pretty good, guys. No, the rebirth is the Two of Cups. It's finding that equal. It's finding those two ingredients that go in the pot really, really well together and make something even better. Two wholes making something totally new. That is the best way to describe that, right? Because I don't like to say like, oh, you need your other half, or you need to, we're all whole people. Like, you know, we don't have like this big physical gap here where we need to be conjoined with someone and stitched together. Like, it doesn't exist like that. We are a whole. But look at yourself as an ingredient here on Earth or in the universe. Some ingredients will go good with yours and some will not. And really, this could be like really good ingredients. You know, maybe, okay, we'll put a little bit of steak with the garlic. Maybe that would be a better choice. I do like the honey and the chocolate sauce with the ice cream though. Good. So we have the Chariot. This is like going out, moving away, getting movement too. I like to think of the Chariot as moving after a point of stagnant energy. So if you sit in something that just doesn't serve you anymore, it's not fulfilling. It's not growing and expanding you. You do start to feel kind of stagnant and stuck in place. Recognizing that and taking the steps to move yourself forward. Now, I think it's really interesting how I laid out these cards. The Queen of Cups, there we go, the Eight of Wands, and the Eight of Swords. I didn't even realize that I laid it out in reverse, which I think is amazing, sitting beside the Eight of Wands, because it's not being trapped anymore, not feeling trapped anymore, not feeling like you can't move forward, getting past any of the psychological mind games that you play on yourself, or that maybe even other people play on you, that you allow them to play, so that you can move forward. And then there, the Two of Wands. I know that there's some good stuff out there for me. I know that it is. And that's what this guide is here for you. To know that there's some good stuff out there for you. And the Queen of Wands, the Six of Cups, and the Page of Cups. Really being driven by your passionate side, by the passion that exists in Leo. That fire, that spark. The leader in your own life. And then, look, it's the Six, there's the soulmates. And starting again with the Page. Starting again. And maintaining the innocence. With the Six of Cups and the Page of Cups, it's really about maintaining the innocence of connections. Like not bringing too many heavy energies from the past forward into these. I feel that really strongly. The Two of Wands, I think this is a really great evolution. Like just feeling like I know that there's stuff out there, and starting to imagine that and where you would take yourself, and then really owning it and claiming it and going for it. And coming up with creative ways to find it and get it. The Hangman is at the bottom. It makes a lot of sense. There was a lot of reflection. There was a lot of looking at things in a different way. Sometimes you kind of think that maybe that's why, you know, things are good when we enter them. And then, not all things, like some things just go on forever. But other things, when they don't go on forever or in the full length of your lifetime, they're lessons. And they're opportunities for growth and choices for you to make. So I'm going to, oh no, I was like, I know there's something else. There is something else. There's one more thing before I go and do the extended. This is my new favorite little book. So I'm going in and I'm randomly picking a page and reading. They're really short little excerpts. Oh. I say they're really short, and then you get the one that's like 2 pages here. I've never had one. This is this 2-pager. So it goes from page 66. I picked this one, but I'm thinking, well, this is the end of a sentence, so I can't really. It's from here to here. 66 to 67. Understanding love. It's come out so much this week. All right, what is Mr. Rogers telling us today? Helen Ross was a good friend who taught teachers, doctors, and psychiatrists and consulted with professionals working with children and families all over the world. She was one of the great people of our age in the understanding of the dynamic development of human beings. After one operation for cancer and some subsequent therapy, Helen chose to refuse treatment when her cancer reappeared. One day when I visited her, I found Helen very frail, yet interested in all that I had to tell her about her television work and her Pittsburgh friends. Some of the time, I just held her hand and said nothing. We didn't have to. After one of those silences, Helen said to me, "Do you ever pray for people, Fred?" "Of course I do." So I said, "Dear God, encircle us with thy love wherever we may be." And Helen replied, "That's what it is, isn't it? It's love. That's what it's all about." Helen was 88 when she died. She had spent most of her adult life working at understanding the complexities of human growth and development, and her summation of life was that love is what it's all about. Maybe that's why so much love has been coming through this week, right? Yeah, I mean, it really is. But it can be a challenge on Earth, can it not? It can be a challenge on Earth. That is for sure. So that's what I think is pretty obvious, that that's what this guide is here to help you with. Go with your heart. Lead with your heart. There was someone else. Was it last week? That your heart will never lie. Right? Who had that? Was it you? No, you had the sensual rebirth last week. What was it? I don't know. Oh, maybe it was just something that came up in the reading. It wasn't a title. Oh, well. Anyways, okay. Thanks, Leo. Thank you so much. I'm going to go do the extended. If I see you there, great. If not, I do hope to see you here next week. Next week is the High Priestess. We're going to do High Priestess readings. So those should be interesting and kind of fun. All right, guys. Until next time, do be gentle with yourselves. Bye.